Welcome back to the Today Show. I'm your host, Christopher Tower. With us today is Mom and Johanna Atchison. Hopefully, I'm still enunciating the name correctly. Just before the break, there we were actually talking about all different types of inclusion, especially when it comes to a very great point. We put Braille on our money so that you can be independent and spend the money and spend the currency, but not necessarily on all of our food and our bottles and our packaging, which is that readily led me to my next question. If there was something that we could be doing to make the next generation, which is Johanna, how can we make this easier and better and more inclusive and diverse? And I think a big push is going to be going with this literacy piece of Braille and embodying letters and packaging and branding.
100%. And it goes with the planning. Like when you're creating events or hospitals or schools, make sure that everybody is sitting at that table when the plan is being made so that it's done right the first time.
Right.
Don't just have everybody sit around and say, oh, we thought about accessibility and we got it, we've done enough. You make sure that the parents of these future generation and that the adults, just like my daughter, are at that table having the conversation so that all angles are covered. So you do it right the first time. If you build a hospital, make sure that it's fully accessible now so that in 2 years after it's been built, you don't have to spend millions of dollars trying to do it right again.
Yeah. Well, that's what a lot of people end up lobbying for is, hey, we missed the mark 5, 10 years ago when we could have listened or should have listened. And now we have to spend more money to correct
And
these
and
changes
now
and
it's not
increase your
in the
taxes.
budget.
Yeah. The budget's gone and hey, we need the money to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
So is there something that has been put in place that you feel is, hey, that was great, we can do better, but that works for a temporary solution or a starting point?
Well, again, with the phone calls that I made to all these consumer companies, a lot of it I got, well, there's an app you can take a picture and it'll read to you what's on the can. Tried the app. Didn't quite work.
No.
Technology fails us. A book, paperback, will always live.
Right.
Literacy is always there. Technology breaks. It doesn't always work, so just make it accessible in every way possible.
Well, even with this app, when you take a picture, if when we put it to the retailers, if you don't have the label showing properly, or if the codes aren't done and you scan something, or maybe I picked up a bag of marshmallows and put it where the chicken soup is because I didn't want to move it back to the aisle, and you come
Barcodes
by and you
aren't
scan
placed
it.
in the same place. So when the barcodes aren't in the exact same spot on every package and you've never seen where a barcode is, you spend, 10 minutes just trying to get your camera to find that barcode if you can get it on the camera properly.
An LOL surprise and a plus.
So, in your opinion, do you think that you could use this app that you were referring to for hospitals in some of the retailers at grocery stores? Now, anagrams change and things move, but that would be on the retailer to update that. But if you went into your local convenience store with that app and you knew a general sense of where things were, do you feel that that's useful at all?
You know what? There's no reason why it couldn't be. And when they're changing, like there are stores where when they're changing prices because something's gone on sale, their codes on the shelf are actually digital.
Right.
So there would be no reason why if you had an app that would move you around the store, get you in the right department, and that you could have scan that QR code on the shelf and you know what you're grabbing, it so that it's a bag of chips. But what kind of chips are they? Salt and vinegar? Because I don't like salt and vinegar.
Are they
I want the ketchup
cheesies?
chips. You know what I mean?
Are they Cheetos? Are they munchies? Are endless?
No,
Is it
absolutely.
is it a bag with 100 Kinder eggs in it that are the same as chips? You never know.
Well, all those tech guys out there that are watching, I really hope they take heed to this and start building some better apps and some apps that can really help. I really like what you said. If we can get these apps in hospitals, if we can get them in, Walmart, for example, or Metro, wherever your shoppers are, then I think we're really ahead of the curve on that, especially with the literacy for all and embodying in Braille. I really like what you said when we can spend the money because the Braille is there, but for toys and for other things, miss the mark. So it's almost like we want to keep you in a position of needing or asking for help.
And other countries are already doing it. Over in Europe, they're brailing prescription bottles. You know,
Wow.
if you're somebody who has an extraordinary ability and possibly other medical conditions,
I
you
mean,
know, you want to be able to take your pills independently on your own, but oh man, that one feels the exact same as the last one I took, and my double, you know,
Right.
and it's
and there is Braille on pill organizers. I can prove that to you.
her grandparents have
They
the
have
daily
pills.
ones, and they have Braille on it, and
Yes.
that's a good start.
Like
Well,
more
that, but not the individual bottle itself.
Yeah, but it's more about independence, right? You don't always want to ask for help.
No, of course.
I will admit I don't like asking for help, and I am able to do almost everything.
well, except reach for the top shelf.
Yeah, I've always been considered the top shelf. Thank you. But it's honestly, it's about, you know, your self pride and your self worth. And if I can do this, I can do this. I don't want to have to keep asking everybody for my, you know, own well being. And that's what I want for her. I want her to be able to walk into a store with her head held high and no, no, sir, I don't need your help, but thank you for asking.
That's right.
You
Yeah.
know, never assume that she always needs help. It's okay to ask, ma'am, do you need help? And if she says no, take that and have a nice day.
Yeah.
I get asked for, do I need help in the grocery store all the time, and it's mainly because I have no idea what my wife sent me in for.
Well, I
Yeah.
have the habit of asking men who seem a little lost, need help with something? You
I
know,
got my
but
GPS. It's okay. So, Johanna, what makes you smile?
Sorry. Hugs, kisses, and yodeling.
Well,
With a hint of kisses on the cheek from my puppy.
do you have another yodel in you that you could share with us today?
Yeah, sure. I wanna be a cowboy sweetheart. I wanna learn to rope and ride. I wanna ride around the deserts out west from the Great Divide. I wanna hear the coyotes howling while the sun sinks in the west. I wanna be a cowboy sweetheart. It's the life I love the best. Yodelay, hey, hey, yolo, oh, oh, yodelay, hey, hey, yolo. Yodelay, hey, hey, yolo, oh, oh, yodelay, yodelay, yodelay.
That is absolutely amazing. I'm so happy you were able to share that with us.
she's getting over a cold too, so that wasn't the easiest thing.
Oh, it's fine. I mean,
Well,
the high notes, it's a strain to hit, but
She's got
I got it.
well, dreaming of a better world, it doesn't have to be a dream. Our views about what's important to us, changing policies to reflect the now, creating an accessible world and environment needs to be addressed by our government. I think we've been really adamant on showing that here with Johanna and her mom. And not just over the next few years, or especially during an election campaign. Our views help us to stay focused on what really matters. I'm your host, Christopher Power, and my guest today was Johanna Atchison, a wonderful yodeler, and I'm looking forward to seeing her on the big screen as well. Don't forget to support your local MPs and vote on inclusion and diversity. Don't forget to check out haltonhillsonline.com, the haltonhills.ca, the disabilitychannel.ca, our YouTube channel for more great content. I hope you have a fantastic day and smile to inspire. Thank you so much for being here with us today, Johanna.
Thank you so much for having us, Chris.
I just had one more thing to say.
Yes.
The people watching can always Google Johanna Atchison.
Wonderful. Is it .com or
Find her
.ca?
No, just Johanna Atchison.
Kenora, Ontario.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
You're welcome.
Thank you.